you're seeing this reading, it was probably for a reason. I don't believe there's such a thing as coincidences, so if we cross paths, maybe there's something you need to hear. I'm the Page of Pentacles. The only accounts that I have are listed right above me. If you were interested in a personal reading, you would have to DM me. I wouldn't reach out to you first. Yeah, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I feel like the word laughter is significant for some interesting reason. Interesting, and the first cup I get is the Six of Cups. So this feels like this is a very juvenile energy. I think there's a need to reconnect with your inner child if you're seeing this. I think there's a need for you to go back to understanding the whimsy that your child self-experienced. And people talk about the highest version of yourself was you as a child. I don't know if I fully one-on-one agree with that, but I think the kind of joy and whimsy that you had as a child is definitely something that your higher self has. And I think that we have a lot of opportunities to get back in touch with that, but it's hard, or I guess we all have an opportunity to get back in touch with that, but it is hard because there's constantly so many demands on us, especially as adults, to perform and to take things seriously. And sometimes there's just a need to like smile or giggle about something, or really, like, why not laugh? Why not stop and smell the roses? Why not giggle? It's funny. Why not enjoy life for what it's worth? Like, why do we always have to be pushing for something? Why can't we just sit and just respect the fact that life is good in this moment? Obviously, nothing's perfect, nothing ever will be, but there's like so much. Why do we always have to be on one side of the spectrum of life? Like, why can't we enjoy the duality and the polarity of it? There's going to be highs and there's going to be lows, and sometimes you want to skip down the street. Sometimes you want to dance around in your room with your AirPods in. You know, like, do something full of whimsy. Why not? Because we're on this earth, we might as well experience it to the fullest. So if you have one life, why not live it? Right? Any other words, Spirit? Three of Swords. I feel like there's so many wounded souls who just want to be able to, experience joy and not have to feel guilty about it, or like you have to earn it. So maybe this is you deciding, I don't care what other people say. I don't care what other people think. I'm not going to feel guilty for enjoying my life. I'm not going to feel guilty for deciding that it's okay to not take everything seriously all the time. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world if I, go ahead and get myself a treat during my lunch. Basically, just like find the little things, 444 on the timer is confirmation. And that's a really solid foundation from which to build, is that interconnection with your inner child. With that being said, obviously it's like, I don't think as a collective that when we are experiencing something as a good thing, I don't think we should have to feel guilty about experiencing that kind of joy, but I also think that when we do experience the opposite side of that, the polarity, the other side, I think it's important that we truly feel that too, because, you know, there are so many people in pain, and none of us are, like, we're not free till all of us are free. We're not, like, the collective is all connected at the end of the day, and whether or not you believe it, we are. And, you know, call what you want. Some people call it Christianity, like we're all God's children. Some people call it under different names, like, oh, we're all, like, the same energy in the universe, so we are all connected. But, like, at the end of the day, quantum entanglement is also a real thing, and if one end of the collective is experiencing pain, it's going to affect us all. And in addition, just, like, even if on a, like, not selfish level, this isn't meant to be selfish, it's more of a, not like, oh, well, I should, like, help other people so I don't have to be in pain too. Clearly that's not the case. Like, I could be living my best life over here and somebody else could be having the worst day of theirs. But it is important to, like, have that empathy and understand that other people are having different experiences, and to, like, feel with them, to cry with them, to, you know, to acknowledge when something is, like, wrong. It's also okay to do that. I feel like we're so desensitized that we can't enjoy the good things, but we also gloss over the bad things. And there should be no circumstances where, especially, children are in a position to feel pain, or honestly, nobody should be put in positions like that. But there are some god-awful things that happen. So don't lose hope. You, like, the world keeps turning. We all are still breathing, clearly. Don't lose hope, and also enjoy the whimsy where there is some. But that polarity is important too. It's important to feel those lows, to grieve with the people who are grieving. And you don't have to be Christian. I'm not Christian. But empathy is an important concept. Like, if I were to find out, you know, that someone was homeless, getting rained on, and begging for food online, I'm going to cry about that. And I think it's important to acknowledge both ends. And ultimately, I feel like this is a message to be more like we were as kids. When someone got hurt, we'd all be sad. We'd all help them. We'd help them with, like, getting a Band-Aid or giving them a hug or something like that. And we wouldn't just, like, walk away. Similarly, like, when something good would happen to us, we'd be so excited. It was like Christmas. Like, everything was beautiful. The sun shone brighter. So really just returning to that home state of really feeling empathy, really feeling our emotions, and really taking the time to see each other, like, really see each other. I think that's the best thing we can possibly do.